Hey y'all, it's Shanta J, and welcome back to my channel. And today the topic that we'll be discussing is how you see yourself versus how God sees yourself. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is because I feel like sometimes when you make goals for yourself and you make plans for yourself, sometimes you don't really see the big picture of what you can do and what you can become. And I feel like God, He sees it. But before we get into the topic, we gotta play a game. So we're gonna play Would You Rather. Okay, let's get it. So, for the first question, would you rather be snowed in for a week, or would you rather be trapped in a hot house without AC for a week? I'd rather be snowed in because I got blankets, I got socks, I got jackets, and it didn't say nothing about heat, right? So yeah, I'd rather be snowed in. Because one thing about it, when I get hot, I get irritated, I get ill, and no, no. Question 2. Would you rather go a week without your hair done? Or would you rather go a week wearing clothes with like holes and stains and stuff? I would rather go a week without this is hard. I don't know. Y'all choose. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to skip this one. Okay, third question. I think this is the last one. Would you rather have pinky toes for fingers or have eyelashes for toes? That means you can't walk. You can't walk. I would rather have pinky toes for fingers, because if you have eyelashes for toes, like, if you have eyelashes for toes, you can't walk, right? Because you need your toes help you walk, right? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, give me the pinky toes. Pinky toe fingers. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the topic. The thing that inspired this topic is, I feel like sometimes when, we have dreams and visions for ourselves, when it starts getting a little too difficult, we start to downplay that vision and downplay our, desires. And especially when it gets hard, you start, kind of questioning yourself and stuff like that. And I feel like how you see yourself will cause you to forfeit your dreams and possibilities in your future. I think your destined future, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if you're dreaming it, if it's in your head, it's for you. But when you start downplaying yourself and thinking you can't do it just because things get a little difficult, you start forfeiting your position, you know what I mean? And I feel like God gave you that dream for a reason. He gave you that desire for a reason, because He sees you way and knows you way better than you know yourself, and is able to see your potential, and I think sometimes when you're in stuff and you're in the moment and when you're going through things, it's very hard to see the bigger picture. And I feel like God sees everything. So yeah, so I think, sometimes you can't really hold things up or act on things from like your own perspective or point of view, because you can forfeit all of that. You can forfeit your goals, forfeit your dreams, and just end up playing yourself, you know what I mean? Because I think we all go through things, and sometimes the world can taint your point of view and your perspective and just taint you as a person, and now you're less motivated, or now you're a little bit more, you know, negative than you used to be, and you know, you're kind of like a Scrooge a little bit. That's me. I am a Scrooge. I am the Grinch sometimes, and I feel like sometimes that's just like the world and things you've been through. But God sees the full version of yourself. He sees you fully. And when you go by like what you only can see, it kind of limits your possibilities in life, limits your potential and all that, because you're only like laser focused on the now and what's in front of you. And if what's in front of you is something negative, that's the only thing you're thinking about. That's the only thing you're fixated on, because that's your reality in the moment. But I think God knows you. He knows what you can do. He knows what's for you. And yeah, so I'm offering up, you know, at this point, I'm offering up control, because if I leave things into my own hand, if I leave things into my own perspective, I'm gonna mess it up. And I'm not going to do what I can do fully, because I'm only going by like my own perspective, you know what I mean? So I'm offering up control. I'm working on surrendering, right? And just doing what I can in the moment. And I feel like when you do that, then God brings in new things for you. But I think you first got to do what you're told to do. And once you do those things, then He'll give you more. So yeah, I'm offering up control. I'm over it. I don't want it no more. You can have it. Thanks. So, you know, I like to ask a question. What would you do? So the question today is, what would you do if God gave you the chance to see what you're capable of? Would you take a peek, or do you think you would ruin it by knowing too much? I think, me personally, I will probably ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, I would probably be thinking too hard. I already be thinking too hard. But I feel like if I knew too much, I would start doing too much. And I would start messing stuff up. Kind of like Raven. You know how in That's So Raven, she would see things happen, but in the end, she would end up like creating those problems because she tried so hard to avoid them. I feel like that would be me. Like, I'll know something's coming, and I would just try to do the most to avoid it, and then end up creating it. Yeah. So yeah, no, I wouldn't take a peek. I probably want like a glimpse, but like a quick glimpse, like a point, like a 2-second glimpse. You know what I mean? That's all I want. That's all I need. And you know what song? This topic makes me think of Point of View by Ariana Grande. Like what she say? I want to see me from your point of view. And I feel like that's perfect, because God sees us how He created us, and we don't see ourselves like that sometimes because of worldly things. And I think if we kind of let God do His thing and let Him control our lives and surrender, everything will happen exactly how it's supposed to. So this is your sign. Let things be. Let go of control. Do what you can in the moment. If God told you something, just go ahead and do that. Try to do it. Do little baby steps towards that thing. And next thing you know, it will be a part of it'll be a new habit, and something that you do on a daily, or something that you complete because you started doing the little steps to do it or complete it. So yeah, this was a short video, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe. Okay, bye.